Hi all, welcome to my channel Let's Talk FPL Strategy. In this channel, I'll be providing you weekly tips for your FPL team. Every Wednesday, I will be putting a video on this channel where I talk about what happened to my team the previous game week, what are all the transfer strategies I'm looking for, and then what will be how my team will look like for the coming game. I will also share you a sample wildcard draft team every game week, and I'll also share you the best captaincy option with various charts in each video. But this being the very first video for this FPL, what I have done is like I have given you a complete overview of many of the players available for you, how their fixtures are, how they can add value to your team, and then like I've given you some sample FPL teams also. If you like this video, please subscribe to this channel, share this video, and press the like button too. With that, like we'll go into this current video. So first we will be seeing the premium goalkeepers. In that, like you will have three goalkeepers with 5.5 in our FPL list. We have Edison from Man City, Allison from Liverpool, and Loris from Spurs. All three have good fixtures also, and they have like a good amount of clean sheet points also in the past years. So if you see Addison, right, like the first 8 game weeks, he doesn't have any fixtures which is considered as like very difficult for Manchester City. Let me say why I've taken 8 game week fixtures. The reason being, um, this year, right, because of the World Card, we have additional wild card, like or something similar to a wild card after game week 16 during the World Cup time. So, whatever like team you take, right, you'll have to do your first wild card little bit early compared to the previous seasons. So, most of the people will be doing it around the first international game week, which is around game week 9. So that is why I've taken you like the fixtures for the first game week 8 till game week 8, so that like you are able to take a better decision on your initial team composition, which you can wildcard around game week 9. But like again, if you are going to wildcard early, like my weekly videos will give you information on what can be your wildcard team for that game. So if you take Allison also, he also has like similar features, but like he has like features against Manchester United and Chelsea in the first game. Whereas if you take Loris, like again, good fixtures, except for game week 2 and game week 7, that he has like tough fixtures. But again, these premium assets, even though like they have tough fixtures, like they still get points from those fixtures too. Now, the mid-level keepers or the keepers with like a price point of 5.0. If you see, like we have Ramsdale from Arsenal, we have Sav from Wolves, Mendy from Chelsea, and Pope from Newcastle. There are other keepers like DG, Fabianski, everybody also. But I feel like these four people will add more value. I might be proved wrong, but like that's my gut feeling as of now. So again, the fixtures for Arsenal is good. Like they just face Manchester United in the first 8 game weeks. Other than that, like all the fixtures are relatively easy. Sa, like they have some tough fixtures, like but Wolves are generally a team which defends very well. So like if you are ready to take some risk, Sa is also an option. But like based on the current fixtures, it is not a good strategy to take so. Mendy again till the game week 8, right? Like there is like completely easy fixtures on the 8. Like you can have like he is having your pool, but like you can like depending on how your transfers are available, like you can do one transfer on that time, transfer him, or you can even do the wild card on like game week 7, not 7, game week 8. And then Pope again like for the Newcastle, like the pitches are really good, except for game week 3 and game week 5, where they play City and Liverpool. But other than that, like it's a good fixtures list for them. And again, these keepers are like certain forget keepers, so that you don't have to worry about any rotation or anything. Now the low budget keepers or like the budget keepers, we are like 4.5 keepers. So if you see, we have Raya from Brenton, Brentford, Sanchez from Brighton, and Melia from Leeds, and Gaeta from Crystal Palace. Last year, Gaeta had you can say Crystal Palace had like good number of clean sheets. Even though Leeds didn't have like a good number of clean sheets last year, they had like some of the, they were the leaders of the number of saves done by a keeper. So this year, if you see, like again, except for game week one, Raya's fixtures are really good. And even in game week one, they're playing against a Leicester team, which is at a confusion as of now. Like they have just like sold their keeper, like they are planning to sell most of their midfield assets. So it's in a confusion state. Like so, even that fixture should not be tough for them. And same goes for Sanchez too. Like the first game week, like they have a tough fixture at United, but other than that, like they have like easy fixtures. And if you take Leeds, except for game week 3 and game week 8, they also have like, they don't even have a medium difficulty. And then like for Guaita is again like there are like two tough matches in game week 2 and game week 4. But other than that, it has good options like the remaining game weeks. Personally, I will not take Guaita if I'm planning to do my wildcard in game week 8 and 9. And again, to help you understand this fixtures or just like if you want to see the ones like the game weeks which are in white, they are all home games, and the ones which are in black, they are all away games. And like these fixture difficulties are based on the Premier League's official fixture difficulty rating. Where if it is in green color, it means the fixtures are of difficulty level 1 and 2, which is like very easy or easy. And then the ones in yellow are like average or like it's little bit tough, like so it's a medium level. And then the ones which is like equivalent to 3 in the FTR rating in Premier League site, and like 4 and 5, like which are like tough on Premier League site, like those are all like modified or like color coded as red. So with that, right, like we have seen like the premium goalkeeper list, we have also seen the mid-level goalkeepers and the budget goalkeepers. Because of Leicester selling Schmeichel, like even though that person name is not here, bought with just 4.0 pricing, like he is like going to be the starting goalkeeper for Leicester. So you now have a goalkeeper on price point 4.0 also. So like that is something like you can remember when you are taking the team. Now there are two major ways by which a goalkeeper gets his points. Appearances are common for all the players. The goalkeeper gets his points mainly on clean sheets and the number of saves, along with penalty save and other things. The clean sheets and the saves is the one like which will dictate like whether you want to take a goalkeeper or not. This is like last year's data where like City and Liverpool at 21, Chelsea at 16, Tottenham at 16, Arsenal like were 13, like top five teams. And you could see like some of the relegated teams didn't have much clean sheet. Leeds, like which also had like very less say, like they struggled until the last few game weeks to escape the relegation. So you can see, though Burnley is an anomaly here, they had like more clean sheets, but it didn't score much also. How like for the newly promoted teams, right? Like you just like remove Burnley, Norwich, and Watford, and like replace them with new teams, and like they'll be approximately like having similar kind of sheets. Now, as I said, like the clean sheet is one option. Based on these data, you can select your goalkeeper. The other option is like the saves. So if you see, right, even though Leeds had like very clearless clean sheet last year, they had like one of the highest number of saves. Like, and this is like even in the past also when they used to have more leads, used to have more clean sheets as well as like more save points. Unfortunately, with more injuries to the defenders last year, uh, the clean sheet percentage was very less. Just to take an example, like you try to see some teams which are having like more saves need to be done, but at the same time, like they are like having good number of clean sheets. Also, try to get a balance so that you can get maximum points. Remember, you get like 1 point for every 3 saves, as well as these saves add to goalkeepers getting bonus points also. So that's about the goalkeeper. So I've given you data on like last year's facts so that like as well as the pricing points of everybody that picture details. Like based on that, like you can take a better decision to select your own goalkeeper for this coming game weeks. Now let us go into the defenders after this to see like who are all available for us. So in the premium defenders category, we have TAE, Robertson, BBT, and Matip, all from Liverpool, and we have seen even in the uh, past in the goalkeeper data itself that Liverpool has good fixtures except for game three and game eight. Now TAE Robertson like are fullbacks like for them, and not only that, like they also take set pieces, which gives them more assists as well as like goal scoring options. VPD, even though he's a center back, like he scores a lot of goals from corners, so that's an added bonus. And from the data, whatever we see, saw like they also have kept 21 clean sheets last year, so you can get clean sheet points, you can get assistant goal points from all of these guys. Similarly, like from City, who has like really good fixtures, like you have Cancelo, Diaz, Laparte, and Stones. But like Laparte at the moment is like injured and he'll be out for at least a month. And Stones has not got any preseason because like he cannot go to America. So because of these reasons, like now we have only Cancelo, Diaz, and most probably Walker and I might start the game week one. So Lapate and Stones as of now are not options for you, but like down the line they might be options for you. So the premium defenders list continued. You have the Chelsea defenders like James, Chilwell, Silva, Colbury. All these people should start, or at least like Chelsea signs some more defenders. Chilwell may not start the game week one because of his fitness issues. He's slowly coming back to his fitness. So there is a possibility for Alonso starting in game week one. Again, the fixtures are really good for Chelsea. So I'll suggest like you have at least some Chelsea asset, even though there is some confusion with the overall Chelsea team. I think like under Tuchel, with a good defender like they should be able to at least like get to some points. And then the final person in the premium defender category or like defenders who are priced 5.5 and above, we have Ivan Persic. Just to give an information, under Conte, like Ivan Persic had one of his better season in Serie A. And now like has come here and like he will be like trying to replicate the same. And Spurs fixtures are also really good. Like if you take for the first six game weeks or like even the first eight, because Spurs generally tend to do well against Manchester City. That being said, there's one risk associated with Ivan Persic, like he might not regularly play the 90 minutes. Even in intermittent time, like Conte used to like sub him early. So that is one risk associated with Persic, or else like he's a really, really good asset to have it because like the back three, the wing backs will be the one who will be initiating all the attacks for the Spurs, and with Kane and Son available for them, you should be able to get good points. And Spurs also regularly keeps good number of clean sheets too. Now in the mid-level defenders category, you have like Gabriel. Like again, we saw how good the Arsenal fixtures are. And again, Zinchenko, who might start more games for Arsenal, either in defense or even in midfield, because of his versatility. And we know from the past history that Kieran Tierney like doesn't play more games in every season. So Zinchenko will regularly like be a starter for Arsenal. And then his counterpart Tierney, like who will be the left back who will be competing with Zinchenko. So like all these three guys have really good fixtures. Like at the moment, I might not be sure like who will start like out of Tierney and Zinchenko, but for the very first game week, it is clear it will be Zinchenko because Tierney is still match fit, and Gabriel will be the other person who starts. Now in Aston Villa, you again have Cash and Digne, their fullbacks, like who will be like trying to get like a maximum points because of their attacking instinct as well as for the defensive thing. And Aston Villa also has like good set of fixtures. We shall be seeing it later. And then from Brighton, we have like Cucurella, like who had good returns even under Brighton. But there is a possibility he might join Chelsea or like City. In that case, like he will become a premium asset, but with mid-level pricing of 5.0. So Cucurella is somebody like it's a Brighton watch, but like even now you can take him because even under Brighton he had like some good points even in the last few seasons. And then Trippier is again one other person who's in set pieces, who's again a fullback and who will also help get you points both in the attack as well as in defense. And as we saw in the previous slides, like Newcastle also has good set of fixtures. So Trippier should be somebody like whom you should have in your mind when you're attacking your defenders. Again, so we have Spurs such like Dyer, Romero, Davies and Dougherty, who all like might share minutes or like a person like Lenglet might replace one of Dyer and Davies. So all those are possible like down the line, but like once you know who are nailed, like these are good assets because under Conte they are defensively good, and even last year they were like one of the top five teams with respect to clean sheets, and like they had some decent save percentages also. So and they are like good options. And Criswell again is again an interesting option because like with the signing of Samaka, like they also have a target person now, and Criswell is very good at crosses and like from a fullback position, he can do those crosses which like Samaka can go score goals. So in that way, right, like there is a big assist potential also happening for him, not only in the forward area, the other areas also like West Ham is strengthening, which means there should be more clean sheet opportunities also for Crystal. So that is why I've shared him. There could be a lot of other 5.0 players which I might not have shared because of like lack of time as well as lack of space. But like there could be even hidden gems like which we find every year in FPL. So this is just a small sample set, but like there could be other players too. Now come the budget defenders, we are like 4.5 and 4.0 defenders. In Arsenal again, like we have White, Tomiyasu, and Saliba. Initially, like at least for the first month, like Tomiyasu might start, and White might play in right back position instead of his like normal centre back position, and Saliba will be like the centre back pairing along with Gabriel at least for the first few game weeks, and then like similar to like uh, Digne and Cash, like we also have Konza and 4.5, and because of Aston Villa's good fixtures, like we did was you can take Konza or his like centre back partner also, like when you are like creating your team. And then like I've taken me from Brentford. Brentford has like really good fixtures. And me is someone like in Burnley has always got decent points. So combining both these things, I think me might be a person like whom you can look more to decide whether you want to take him or not. Similarly, like from Brighton, we have Dunk who used to regularly get points. And then Crystal Palace, right? Under Patrick Vieira last year, they had like close to 12 clean sheets, which was like a really good improvement. And they have like relatively good features also. So that is why I've taken with relatively like there are one or two tough, I think two or three tough games in the first 8 game weeks. But like as a rotating defender, you can always think about UAE too. And Ward is again another defender in the same Crystal Palace team. And then Leicester, like I've given Fofana. Currently, based on Leicester fixtures alone, right, like Fofana might not be a good asset. But if Chelsea signs him, right, you are getting a 4.5 cheap defender for a Chelsea team which regularly keeps lots of clean sheets. So that way, right, he can become a very big asset, like if Chelsea signs him. And Leeds, like whenever Cooper starts playing regularly, like Leeds also keeps a lot of clean sheets. So that's why I've given his name also as and if you take Manchester United, right, like under Eric Ten, like, there is an expectation that they will improve from their previous performances. And if you take the right back position, right, there is no competition at all, and like Dallet will play almost like 75 to 80% of the games. And for his price point, right, you get a premium teams asset for very less price. So that's why like I've given you the talent option here. And Aaron and Gustav might not start, and then like if you take the center pairing defenders, like they are costlier, let's say Maguire and others are like 5.0, and that is some sort of like confusion also because of like Alexander Martinez signing. So it's always safe bet to go for talent. And the left back position also, like there is a confusion whether it will be Shah or Marcia with Tellers leaving. So that's why I've given you the safe option of Talent who will start most of the games, and like if United starts getting the clean sheets again, like he will be a good asset for. And then from Newcastle, I will have like Burn and Boatman. Like again, because of Newcastle's good fixtures, like I'm giving you some suggestions from that team. Bulls generally are like a good defending team, and their fullbacks are Ordinary and Johnny, who will be like playing the at least Ordinary should play most of the games. Johnny, like once Semedo comes back, might not be like starting much games. So I'll say like if you're going to take a Wolves asset, go for Ordinary more than Johnny. And then finally, I'm giving you a 4.0 defender also, which is like Nico Williams, who play for Nottingham. He's again like an attacking player. So for a 4.0 bench person, right? He's a good option because like if somebody doesn't give, you are getting a starting player for that price. Luckily, this season, both in a goalkeeper and in defense, we have like starting players at 4.0. Now, there is one trend like which every year happens. Like if you see the number of clean sheets like in home games and the number of clean sheets in an away game. See, big teams, or you can say the top 4 or 5 teams, they have like similar values. But when you go for the bottom 10, like after the top 10 teams, like the bottom place, the teams, except for a few teams, very rarely, right? You will see the away clean sheet number to be higher. It's always the home clean sheet number which will be higher or like at a very big number to the away clean sheet. So generally, right, like when you are taking assets from the bottom 10 or bottom 12 or 13 teams, you try to take rotation pairs so that, like, say, if I'm taking two 4.5 defenders from bottom teams, what I will do is like I'll take two teams which play home and away in an alternative. Like, say, for example, if you take Manchester United and Manchester City or Arsenal and Tottenham, they will always play one team will play the home game, the other team will play the away game. This is done mainly to avoid conflicts or issues or fights that happen between the fans. So that like they are all in different region, like when the games are happening. So that's the reason like they do that. Like, but there are other reasons also. So that you always get two teams who have like home and away in an opposite way. So from this data, right, like if you see, you'll clearly able to identify in home the clean sheet possibility or the percentage is very high compared to the away clean sheet, except say for a team like Chelsea, last year was an anomaly where they had more clean sheets. Similar example is like Wolves again. So based on this, right, like you can like try to find out your rotation pass so that you are able to like always uh, have more chances for getting clean sheets from your defender. And from the Premier League side itself, like you'll be able to get this rotation pairs. Like these are the 20, like the 10 rotation pairs we have in the Premier League. Arsenal and Tottenham will always play home and away different. Similarly, for the Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Brentford, West Ham, Brighton, Leeds. So that's again, Brighton, Leeds is like two small teams like where you get rotation. Similarly for Brentford and West Ham. Crystal Palace Wolves is again good option. Like say when you do the rotation, that it can be like this. Like it can be like between two goalkeepers or a defender and a goalkeeper, or like two defender. Like you can try to do whatever way you want it. And then Everton Liverpool is again similar reason for Arsenal, Tottenham or City or United. And then Leicester City, Nottingham Forest is again a rotation pair this year. And then Newcastle and Southampton too. So based on these rotation pair knowledge and based on your saves and what premium asset you want to take, like you can set up your defense and your uh, the goalkeeper. Now the next area which we'll be looking is into is our midfielders. So if you see the premium assets in midfielder, the ones like who are above 12, we have like KDP and so on at 12, and then Salah we have 13. So if you see again, all three have like good fixtures which we saw right from the goalkeeping area, and then after these premium fixtures are mids are like gone, who are the next? So like they're not like mid level, but like in between level. Say somebody with like value 10 or like with 8.5. So we are going to see such kind of mix. They are not medium level, but they are also not premium. So you have Sterling at 10, you have Bruno at 10, and you have Bowen at 8.5. Now, all these three people, right, are good differential picks as well as interesting picks. Sterling, right, like is going to join a team where like they struggle scoring goals, or like their main strikers doesn't score the goals. The others come help them to score more goals. So Sterling, right, like can have like more goal scoring opportunities, and he might score more goals also. With respect to Bruno, if you see his Manchester United career, it was really good before Ronaldo arrived, and after Ronaldo came, like there were like a lot of players like who got affected. Rashford, for example, Bruno is another person. Sancho was not able to perform to his maximum level. But with this year, like there's a possibility of like Ronaldo leaving United more. Like Bruno might again become a big asset. Somebody who gets points similar to a KDB or Salah or like Son, but 2 million cheaper than all those players. So Bruno might be a steal this year. Bowen again, like last year was like a very good performance from him. If he replicates that, like it's a huge points tally for all of us. And like his price point at 8.5 is just little bit, or you can say point 0.5 higher than the crowded, more value of the giving 8.0 midfielders. Again, the fixtures, whatever we have seen before, like the City fixtures are always good, like till game week 8. Even the United fixtures, right, except for the Liverpool one and the Leicester one, like you can say they are relatively, or I can say even you can include Arsenal because the current Arsenal team is really good. So except for these three, right, you've got five easy fixtures. It's like other than that, they don't play like much of the top four teams, or like except for Liverpool in the first 8 game weeks. Now Bowen has like a tough game week one fixture. But after that, right, for the next 7, 8 game weeks, he has like relatively good fixtures where like you will get more points. See, sometimes some of the teams, right, might be like top four team, but like they might not perform well against some particular team. So that's why like they will not be like in red category and they are in yellow category or like medium level difficulty. Now comes the interesting midfielder region where like we have more value this year, the 8.0 midfielders or the best value mids. You have Saka, you have Mount, you have Dare. There are a few more people who will be seeing in the next slide. Saka's features are again good, and like he should have got the player of the season award last year. Like, but still, like that's I mean, the young player of the year, or player of the year should have been Son ideally. So he is like going to like prove again this season that he's one of the top force to reckon with. And with the current way the Arsenal team is playing, there could be more goals for him too. And for Chelsea, like we have Mount. Again, the pictures are good, and like with a lot more people leaving, I think Mount might be like having a good season this year, and with Sterling there to support him, there could be more assists or like more points from Mount too. And Diaz is someone like who's replacing Mane in this current Liverpool setup. And from whatever I have seen in the last 3, 4 years, we know how good the player is Mane with respect to FPL. So if Diaz can replicate that, like for this price, because Mane will always be closer to like the KDB or the Salah's level. So if Diaz can replicate Mane's thing, that he's a steal at this eighth price point. And his fixtures are also the same, like whatever we have seen before, like except for game week 3 and game week 8, like they're all like easy fixtures for them. Again, continuing on the best value mids, like at 8, like we have like Kulusevski from Spurs, and then we have Madison, and then we also have the Ford and Magalhaes bats from City. Kulusevski, we know like what kind of impact he created after joining January. I don't expect Richarlison to replace him at least with the beginning, and I expect Richarlison to come as a sub. So Kulusevski is like a really good option for you to add, like if you cannot get Son or King. Madison is like he had a tremendous second half last year, and in the current Leicester team, he is the only one like who's going to take most of the set pieces, and like the other midfield assets who can like help in the attack. They're all going to leave or there's a possibility they can leave. So Madison becomes even more asset because everything might go through him only. So with that, like as an option, Madison has like a good chance again. If you see the fixtures of Kulusevski, Madison, these fixtures are really good again, except for Chelsea and City. But again, as I said earlier, Tottenham always plays well against City in the last few years. So that game might also be an easier one for them. Madison has some relatively tough fixtures. You can see they are playing Arsenal, Chelsea, United, Tottenham, everybody in the first game week. So I will avoid Madison for now. And you will also know much more clarity on the transfer market so that like you can take him like after the first wild card if needed. Foden and Magalhaes, like they always get you good points and they have good fixtures. The only problem with them is like the rotation risk with Grealish also going to play more games this year. Generally, Pep has play the second season in a much more better way. The first season he doesn't play, but second season they start showing on that tricks. So there is a rotation risk for them. At least initially Foden might not start. So it will be Magalhaes, Holland, or Alvarez and um, um, really to start with, but there could be addition of people like Ford and later. So there is a rotation there, but like the returns from these players are like huge because of the way City plays. Now the Super Seven is like the 7 or the 7.5 one. We have Sancho, as I was saying, right? With Ronaldo not being in the picture, people like Sancho, Martial, Rashford, they're all given more freedom to play the way they want. And like the new system also, right, brings the best in out. Even if you could have seen the preseason, they are all playing really well. So Sancho could be an hidden gem this season for 1.5. Coutinho, such seven is a good asset for Aston Villa. The features are decent and he will also do well. But with Bailey doing some good things in preseason, right? This seven looks like a costlier one. But if Bailey is not going to play, then Coutinho is a real asset at 7 price point. Zaka, Crystal Palace have decent fixtures too, and Zaka is the main person for their team, and he's the one who honors given game, he scores a huge points for you. So Zaka is again a good asset you can have in this price point range. And then again, we have the Bernardo and Grealish from City. Bernardo might start most of the games unless he's not transferred in the summer transfer window. Grealish might have rotation this with Foden and Magalhaes, but I expect him to start majority of the games since this being his second season and he was bought for 100 million. So these are all the 7.5 next we will see the 6.5 differentials are people who can add value at 6.5. Odegaard, he is the captain of Arsenal team. Every attack of Arsenal tries through him, and he's also one of the set piece takers. So he has now started scoring more goals also from the preseason. He's starting to shoot more, so that option is also there. Trossard, he's one of the gems in the Brighton. Even in this preseason, he scored an hat-trick. So he is one who continuously gets points, and I think that will continue this year also. JVP again, the set piece king in the Premier League, and because of the set piece, that would be sustainability. But again, as the price says, 6.5, he will be a decent asset for you. But he's not somebody who's going to be a big asset for you or going to be any tension. Will get you decent points. So if you don't have any other option, you can always go for it. ASM, Alan Saint Maxim, he's one who's going to get what is it, get rewarded by the number of players that Newcastle will be signing in the coming transfer windows. So he is going to play in a more attacking role and with Bruno Ramirez supporting him as well as the current pictures for them. I think he might have a good start to the season with respect to the FPL points and he might be an hidden gem this season or priced asset this season. And then we have like Rashford at 6.5. See, last year Rashford had like a lot of injuries and like he was like not able to like perform to his potential because of Ronaldo factor as well as the injury factor. But this year he has already during the preseason under the new coach, he is like come back to his like old way of playing. And that Rashford is a big asset with that to FPL, and he's now getting at a price point of 6.5. So Rashford, the fixtures are a little tough, like compared to the other big four teams or the big six teams. So that's the only reason that Rashford might not be taken. Or else Rashford is a very, very good option in this FPL for his price point. Now, the budget mids are the mids like who are like from 6 to 4.5. So we have Martinelli, who's going to be a regular starter, and like with Arsenal's current future, a very big asset at 6.0. Then again, Kumar is like at 6.0, like whatever we are talking about Newcastle, he is like going to look. But again, like, he might not have the same impact as last year, but still should get decent points. Lingard at 6, like he might not get much points because he's playing for a bigger team. But anything that happens in that team, he might be the force responsible for that. So for that, like Lingard is a good option at 6 price point. And Crystal Palace always is as of now injured. So initially in your initial draft, please don't have him. But like down the line at this point of 5.5, he can be an asset. Same with Gordon, like Everton doesn't have much goal scoring option, and Gordon could be the one like who might score more goals. And with Diesel getting injured now, like his value has got increased a little bit. McNeil is again good signing by Everton, and like he's an attacking midfielder, so expect him to get more assists and goals this season for Everton. Neto, again, like he plays in a very advanced role for Wolves. Even though Wolves doesn't score much goals, this year they might be dependent on Foden and Neto. The reason being like of Jimenez injury, which will keep him away for some time. So Neto and Foden's like both have to like share the duty of goal scoring and like they might be like playing in an even more forward role. Then like Bailey at 5, like he's a gem that has been like found during this preseason matches. Like as I was saying during Coutinho's time also, he's like 2 million cheaper than Coutinho, but he is like responsible for many of the goals of Aston Villa. So he is like an asset like which many of the teams will have this season. Then like we have like Andrea, Skolback, and Silva, who are all like 4.5 midfielders who starts regular. So these are the people who can be your bench, and if somebody doesn't play, they'll at least give you the appearance response. Now, again, like we have seen all the midfielders at like various price levels. Now, this table, right, is like gives you the detail of like out of the fixture for the next 6 games. This is like again taken from the Premier League site itself, and like this based on that, like this data has been prepared along with like their past performance against the team that they will be playing those 6 game weeks also. So this is the order of toughness. So Manchester City has easy fixture, then Crystal Palace has like the toughest fixture when you take the first 6 you take the first 8, Crystal Palace have some easy games, but like when you take the first 6, they are like the team who has toughest set of features. So this is for the first 6 game weeks, the fixture difficulty rating. So now like with the fixture difficulty rating and like the clean sheet and the home and away details, like you should be able to better fine tune your defenders and your goalkeepers. Now coming to the final set of people, the premium strikers. So in premium strikers, like you have like Holland, Kane, and Body. Like I haven't included Ronaldo here because I expect Ronaldo to like leave United this season if he gets somebody that can buy. But if he's staying, he's also an asset we need to look in. But at least for the first 2 3 game weeks, he might not play because of the match fitness. So that is why I've taken Holland, Kane, and Body. All three have like good fixtures in the first of 8 weeks. See, Vardy might have like Arsenal in game week two, but like he regularly scores against Arsenal. So even though it's a tough fixture for him, like chances of him getting the points is also high. So these are the different, like not the different, the strikers who are priced above 9.5. Now, the mid-level strikers are the strikers who are in the range of like 8 to 9. And you can see like we have Jota, Nunes from uh, Liverpool. Jota at the moment is like currently injured. Nunes might not start, like as it's only adapting to the team. So Firmino might start, but like very soon, like you can see Nunes owning that front position in the Liverpool front. And then like the fixtures as we see in before, like they are all good fixtures. Jesus is somebody like who has taken the FPL by storm. Like this price point of 8 is very, very cheap and many people see value in it. And like with the current Arsenal fixtures, there are high chances for him to start the season with the bank with many goals. So like more than 70% of the people have him in a team. So if you don't have him in a team, there is a high risk if he scores a goal and gets points, like you might be like lacking behind. And then like finally I've given like average because of Chelsea's fixture details. Like they have really good fixture and they don't have a striker as of now. So Havertz might play as a striker, so there are chances for him to score more goals. So, and for this price point, like that's an option which we can look into. But if it is going to be only one striker at 8.0, if you have the other premium striker, it's always Jesus whom you should have taken. Now, the lower level strikers are strikers who are like below 8. Like it can be like even from 7.5 till like the 4.5 or the 5 strikers. So like you have Watkins like for Aston Villa again good fixtures last season. In the second half he sort of like didn't do much, but like he has like a lot of talent and if he clicks like it is going to be good option for him. And then Antonio on 7.5. There is a talk that Skamaka has come in but the Anthony game time will reduce. But again, Anthony is the best asset for West Ham. Even though he might not play as a lone striker, it could be like a two striker formation or like he can play in the wings also. And then like as we saw in the fixture difficulty tracker, Leeds as the second best fixture after City. And Bamford is one player like whom like uh, can score more goals and take advantage of those fixture. And like he also comes at this 1.5 plays back. Wilson, like Newcastle has like decent fixtures and like if you take the first 8 game weeks, and like he's their focal point of every attack. So like how ASM or like Bruno is helping the Newcastle attack to improve. The final output is going to be coming through Wilson. So Wilson's possibility of getting more points is like very high too. Tony, again, like a good set of fixtures for Brentford, and Tony is their focal point of play. Like, even though there is Mupamo to support him in the striker department, it's Tony who might be the person like who takes most of the points in an attacking uh, situation for Brentford. And then Marshall at 7 is again a person who might be a steal because if Ronaldo doesn't stay in United, like United doesn't have any other striker other than Marshall. Maybe Rashford can play there, but like Marshall is their only striker. So this is the season for him where like he can play without any much pressure and like if he clicks, like he will be the person like who will have like a huge price increase later. He's very much similar to Jesus in that category. But again, it again depends on how like Eric Ten Hag is able to like make the team play similar to the Ajax way. Mitrovic is like again Fulham asset, like who is like the focal point of their attack. But in championship, he's like a beast. Last time when he came to Premier League, he was not able to perform to the same level. So it's more like a wait and watch, but like at that price point, like he's a very good asset. Avinayi is like from Nottingham Forest. Like there are huge expectations out of him, so that's why I've included him in this list. Hopefully, like he should be like able to replicate whatever is fans are expecting out of him. And then finally, Edward from Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace in the preseason, right, are scoring goals for fun. And Edward at 5.5 is like a cheap forward, like who will be starting regularly. So that's why we included him also. Other than this, there are like some 4.5 strikers like Archer and then Greenwood. They might not play, but they can come as substitutes with the five substitution rule this year. So if you need a bench striker, they could be your option. So this is with respect to the strikers. After that, we'll try to see some sample teams, including my own team, plus like a few other teams from my friends. So if you see my team, like I've gone with an premium goalkeeper in Anderson because I don't want to double up like City is dependent because of many people injury. But I want to take advantage of the fixtures too. So I'm doubling up with the goalkeeper and a defender. So if you see my defenders, they are like DA, Cancelo, Gabriel, and Glory. See, all Glory, I have still belief on Wolves defending. So I've taken him as my 4.5, though there are lots and lots of options. Gabriel, I want to take advantage of Arsenal's fixture, and Gabriel is a goal scorer too. So that's why, like, out of the other assets, like, say, you have assets like Saliba, who's like 4.5. I've taken Gabriel because of his goal scoring difference. Cancelo and TA are like straightforward, and I've picked them too. So it's like Cancelo, Ederson, doubler. And if you see my midfield, it's like Salah, Saka, and Diaz, three. Salah and Diaz, like I expect them to score more goals this season, and like they have really good fixtures too. And Saka is again the key player for this Arsenal team, even though there is Jesus. And then Bailey, as I said, midfielder discussion, like he's in a such good form in the preseason, and like at this price point, like he's an asset for any team. And since I have like Salah and Diaz, in my defense, I didn't think about Robertson. And strikers are Jesus and Kane. Here, there is a dilemma for me whether it was Haaland and Kane. I went with Kane because Kane is a striker who's going to play mostly the 90 minutes, even though there are five sub roles. Whereas with Haaland, right, based on his past injury record and other things, like he might be like subbed many times. So for that reason, I have taken Kane, even though he has Chelsea as his second fixture. But other than that, like Haaland is always like an equal option now, with respect to Kane. And Jesus, as I said, like more than 70% of the team has him because of his value. And now, if you see my bench, like I have Ward from Leicester, like who is the 4.0 goalie who will be playing. And then I have Nico Williams, who's again 4.0 who will be playing. Andreas is somebody like I have taken so that I have a starting midfielder like who's priced at 4.5. And since he's an attacking midfielder for Fulham, there are chances for him to get some points too. And then for the striker, I have taken a bench person like who is at 4.5. I didn't take Archer or Greenwood, even though they have chances of playing. The reason being is like, say, if they doesn't play and like many people start selling, their prices will drop off. I don't want just want to have a person who is there with nobody buying or selling him, and that's why I've taken a Crystal Palace player plan. Unfortunately, Premier League Fantasy doesn't have this picture with his Crystal Palace jersey, so he's still having his Arsenal jersey. So this is my team. In fantasy football app, right? There is a new feature where they rate your team for free. And I'll give the link on the bottom of this video, like where you can click and try to see your team's rating also. It's free. You don't have to register or anything. Even if it is asking for a register, you click outside that window, it will have your team's rating there. So for this team, right, it has given a rating of 95 percentage with a game week rating of 86 percentage and the predicted points is 65.7 for game week one. So this is my own team which I'll be playing. This is the team I'll be reviewing week in, week out with you guys also. I'm also going to show you some more sample teams like a Nosalah team. because Salah is like an asset many people will own, but like there are people who doesn't own Salah too. So I'm giving you a team where there is no Salah. I'm going to give you a team where there are three premiums, and then I'm going to give you a team where like there's just one premium, and there will be a team where we'll be having like defense being like all the big players of the defense will be like or the premium players of defense will be in a single team. So let us see the other teams. So this is going to be a no Salah team. So if you see like the goalkeepers again at a son, and then like TAA Cancelo, and I've got James from Chelsea because of their fixtures, and then like I've got Saliba like because of like price issues. I didn't have like the five needed for getting a Gabriel, so I took a cheaper route in Saliba. And if you see my midfielder, there's no Salah, but what it does is like I'm able to get James and defense, and I also have Son who might get the same level of points with Salah gets. And then like Saka, Diaz, and Bailey are the other defenders like whom we have seen in the last team discussion itself. And then the strikers I've given to Jesus and Haaland. See here, like you can instead of Son, you can have KDB, and instead of Haaland, you can have like Kane, or if you want, you can have KDB Haaland pairing, or like Son and uh, Kane pairing too. If you're going to have a KDB or under pairing, you have to like remove one of Cancelo or Ederson from the team. Maybe you can like put Allison instead of Ederson or Loris instead of Ederson, and like you can do that pairing. And the bench is almost similar to the other one. So this, and for this team, right, the game week rating is like 83. The overall team rating is like 96. And the predicted points is like 63.8 for game week one. This is your Nosalah team. Next is like the defensive team, where if you see like I've gone with Ederson in goalkeeper, TAA, Cancelo, James, all three fullbacks, and then I also gone for Van Dijk, like who gets regular clean sheet points plus the goal scoring points. And then if you see my midfield, it is like Salah, Martinelli, and Bailey. Again, as we discussed earlier, like Martinelli is like a poor man's version of Saka, you can say. And then like the front three, right? I got Tony, Kane, and Jesus, who are all like regular goal scorers for their team. The bench is almost similar, only difference is like instead of the 4.5 million striker, I have like another 4.5 million defender, and then the formation here is instead of 4-4-2, it's like 4-3-3. Here, you can say like the difference is like heavy here, and the rating for this is like a team rating of 98% and a game week rating of like 89% and expected game week 1 points is like 67.8. Again, all these teams where I had Salah, like Salah was the captaincy option, and then wherever like you had no Salah, like Holland was the or Kane was the captaincy option there. When you use this tool, right, like your starting 11 and your captain will also decide like your team rating points and your game week rating percentage. Now the next one is like as I said, like multiple premium, not a multiple, it's a single premium team. So if you see in this, like I've gone with the Ederson as goalie again and TAA cancel James. So your difference, even though it's just three players, but they're all like premium quality. And if you see midfielder, right, again premium quality everywhere or the value wise everywhere. Salah, Diaz, Saka, Mount, and then Bailey. Instead of DS Saka and Mount, you can like get any other 8 million guys like say Magalhaes or your Son million guys like really short. You can like get anybody there, and your strikers are Tony and Jesus. So here the only premium person is like Salah. The defensive premiums like we're not considering when we say the total number of premium players. And then your defense here, if you see, like, or your bench, if you see, like, you're two playing defenders in Saliba and Williams, and then like you're not playing striker. So for this, the rating is like 96 percentage, and the game week rating is 85 percentage, and your predicted points is 64.8. So these are like some sample teams, and like for this game week one, right? Like you have like good easy fixtures for many players. You can captain Jesus, you can captain Salah, you can captain Kane, you can captain Haaland, you can captain any of the such. Like just go with your gut feeling. For the next game week onwards, like I'll try to give you a proper database, the stat wise captaincy choice. But this one is like there are very easy fixtures where like anything can happen in any of the game fixtures. So that's why like I've asked you to go by your gut feeling, but like from the game week two onwards, like we'll have a proper captaincy choice options too. Thanks everybody for listening to this video. I know it's a very lengthy video, but that is because this was the very first video for this season. Like the future videos all will be very short and crisp, so that like you'll know the transfer strategies or your captaincy option or your wildcard draft tips. And if you like this video, please like press the like button, subscribe button, and like please add your feedback also in the comment section. And if you have any FPL queries also, you can put in your comment section. I'll answer it for you. And then like if you want me to follow me in Twitter, or like you want to post queries in my Twitter, that is my Twitter handle. I'll be like regularly like sharing FPL queries in Twitter too, and the answers there too. So thanks again, and please do share, like, and subscribe. Thank you all.